Dude, what the hell? Dude, did this thing literally restart? Okay. I'll give this thing one more chance, man. Hmm. Yeah, I might have to probably look into that. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do 9, honestly. Just probably just do 7. And it doesn't make sense to do 9. You might as well just do 10. You might as well do 10. And know what? That might actually just be the short on gold, but we'll see. Yeah, what's up, Santiago? All right. So I'm gonna start waiting for the orb in the morning on the Nasdaq. I feel that wow, I left there's a limit order left on the chart. Last night, good thing it didn't get filled. That would have been frustrating. Uh, 173. Pre-market sweep. You talking about the run on liquidity of the pre-market high? And then you took the short after oh, it took a sweep of the pre-market low. So the pre-market high and low, and I wrote it down, Santiago. So you're talking about that 829. Hold on. 829 from 4 a.m. to 829 or to 929. Okay. Yeah, I wrote it down. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And then that low. So you're just waiting for basically that opening candle. So that was the low. The market sweep the low. And then I guess once you saw that it closed above it, you went long. Made $4,500. Yeah, I'm doing something similar to what you're doing right now. I've noticed, and I'm glad that you pointed it out, Santiago, but I've noticed that the market likes to run those pre-market highs or lows, and then if there's like a London low or Asia low, it likes to run that, and then it likes to go in the opposite direction. And I have noticed that. 349. In order for me to really take advantage of that, 295.50. In order for me to take advantage of that, I have to probably dedicate an account for scalping. Now, I mean, it worked here. I mean, that was a decent move right there. It's a decent move. But my only blocker with that would be because I'm trading small size and I need at least 80 to 90 points. Will I get 80 to 90 points consistently doing that? Yeah, and honestly, that makes sense, Santiago. It makes sense just to get that payout. It doesn't make any sense to once you already got the money that you need to put on any extra risk, unnecessary risk. Dang, all the time frames are bullish right now. We did sweep the liquidity above this order block right here. The liquidity has been swept. But we'll see. We'll see. That's just not how gold trades. And I refuse to believe it. All right, so that was a double sweep of those highs right there of that order block. I might take that short. I might take that short right there. I might take that short. All right, great short. Great short so far. All right. Let's see if we can take out these lows right here. We shouldn't pop back up. We shouldn't. This is a Nasdaq though, but we shouldn't. I do like that all the higher time frames are bearish. And as I say it, we shouldn't pop back up. The Nasdaq pops back up. Okay. Nice one, Nasdaq. Nice one. Okay. I'll try one more short here. One more short at these highs. If it pops up and stops me out, then I'll take a step back here. Unless it's about to run those highs. Yeah, I think it's about to run those highs. I think maybe. Bullish, bearish price action. That's why you're just gonna have to just if it's still bearish, you just have to get back in short at a higher price. Because the Nasdaq is definitely nasty with those pop backups. And she makes my 20-point stop looks tight. There we go. There we go. There we go. Of course, she didn't want to fill that one target right there. Of course. I'll take one off and I'll leave one as a runner for that orb low. I'll leave one to run. We should be positive on the day now. We should be positive. You think we're going back up? I mean, we could. We could. But I've added this this multi-time frame dashboard to the chart. And it's saying that on the 3, 15, 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour, it's all bearish on all those time frames. So it's all bearish right now on all those time frames. And so it's bearish. So I'm bearish on the 1 hour, day. Trying to say this, I don't agree that it's, and it's bearish on the 4 hours. So it doesn't mean that we don't see the pops, but those pops might get sold into. Especially now, I mean, this order block right here, I think this order block may have served its purpose. Maybe, we'll see. But there's definitely engineered liquidity above these highs. So if the market does need to go higher to sell to these buyers up here. So you got buyers above these highs, above these highs, and above these highs. And if the market needs to sell to these buyers, well, it can use the, it can sell to these buyers up here to reach these buyers. So I need to kind of pay attention to a potential breakout here. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm gonna reduce my risk here. I'm gonna probably put it above this high. Because I think, yeah, the market is about to sell to these buyers up here, I think. All right, so looks like the market is still selling off at this order block right here. Yeah. Gold did the same thing. I got stopped out of my gold short, but it looks like the bulls just failed back into the range. So actually, let's look at the volume today. Actually, this is actually a lot, but it's pretty light for the Nasdaq lately. The Nasdaq has been reaching 2 point whatever million daily volume, but today is pretty light for a Friday. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we got this trend line right here. We got this trend line liquidity right here. So if the market can find a way to tap into it, but I mean, it looks like the buyers are stepping up at this trend line. You can see that they stepped up about 5 times right here. So there's a bunch of I'm glad I'm only in one contract here. Looks like the tick strike is going crazy right now. Nothing but green right now. So yeah, the market is about to sell to these buyers. Oops. Or looks that way. It seems like it just keeps rejecting at this order block. But like I said, they're engineering liquidity above these highs. So we can sell to these buyers up here, sell to these buyers, and sell to these buyers. The market wants to sell to these sellers down here. So we got sellers underneath this trend line. We have buyers above this engineered liquidity. Yeah. I'm just waiting for the breakout at this point. Yep, there you goes. There it goes. So the market just sold to those buyers up here. And now the market is probably targeting up here now. We also got the orb high break. The market just broke the high of the orb. All right. So let's see what they do at these highs. So, I mean, isn't that great that we can look at the market objectively and we can talk about what the market is doing before it happens? Now, the market ran the liquidity above these highs right here. And it just ran the liquidity above this high. I want to see if we can get a pop above it. And I'm willing to short because all the market is doing is selling to these buyers up here. And we can probably get a push right back down. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I mean, I don't expect, I expect nothing less from the Nasdaq here. I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less. All right, so let's see if we can kind of get the market to kind of trade right back down here. We got news or something? Why is the market going crazy like that? Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh wow. Looks like all the time frames just flipped bullish. Oh, Trump is speaking at 1:30. Hold on, Rutke, are you saying that Crash Kari, the Bears' only hope, pumped the market just now? Is that what you suggested? The Bears' only hope crash Kari? Oh shit. Gold is starting to look like her old self. Uh, okay. I am willing to short above these highs if we can get to it. I'm not doing that shit again. I'm not doing TPT flip. I'm not gonna trade TPT anymore. All right, if the bulls keep popping it up, which I don't know, that'd be kind of weird. I mean, it already ran all of these highs. That'd be weird if it continues to break structure, but I guess not necessarily unexpected, but I guess we'll see. Okay. All right, we got it. Half of the position off. Half the position off. Yeah, dude, I would have found it highly suspicious if we took out this high. I mean, I guess I should have kind of paid attention to that. And that's something that I'm going to work on. Just paying attention to certain things. Like why would it short at this high when you definitely have a high right above it in striking distance? Like, my God, NASA, just fill the damn target. Shit. All right. Yeah, that's right. We ran the liquidity above that high right there. So, we are touching an imbalance, so we could see the market kind of push up here. Continue to push. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I got the majority of the. I guess I did give up $100, but that's fine. Now it looks like the market wants to come back into this range. I don't know when I drew this range, but it's here. I think it's a stacked range on top of each other, if I remember. Yeah, I think this is like a 15-minute like order block or something like that. Or an hourly or daily or something like that. I really don't care to look, honestly. Yo, congratulations on that, Investor Z. Congratulations, man. Definitely how it's done. Locking up, being a responsible trader. With your business capital. Mm. Nice. My boy get to go into the weekend green. Maybe not gonna use it. You know? Damn. Okay. Gold. And gold says, all right, gold. Gold says that it's not done. It's not done having fun. Gold is not done having fun. Mm. You keep doing this, man. Mm. All right, see you later, Santiago. I mean, it is a good feeling to be able to go into the weekend. You've made your money. You don't necessarily have to continue to look at the charts if you don't want to. Mm. Yeah, dang, dude. Mm. Our boy Alfred is now back in business. I'm happy to see that, Alfred. I'm happy to see that you're back in business now. How the hell do I have a $2,500 balance? What trade did I take on this thing? Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess that was the excitement for Friday. Yeah, and that's pretty ridiculous. That's pretty ridiculous, Alfred, that they made you wait like that. Don't honestly, Alfred. Well, I'm pretty sure you already placed a trade in those accounts, but I would recommend waiting until next week. Friday is not one of those days. I'm pretty sure you're profitable today, though. Pretty sure you made some money. But if you did make some money, I would recommend coming back on Monday. Excuse me, with those accounts. You know how that shit go. It's been a month. You're frustrated. You probably feel like you've lost a lot of opportunity in the market. I would definitely. We might get a change in state of delivery with gold. I'm looking at the hourly chart right now on gold. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the daily chart on gold. And it's made that reversal pattern on the daily. It's starting to make that reversal pattern right there. We got the drop. We got the pullback to the EMA. The bulls, the bears failed to take out that low. And now we're going to probably see a break of that high right there. The pullback, and then the continuation. And potentially we could see the market come for that liquidity above those highs. So we'll see what gold. This is a daily chart on gold. And as I expected, the bulls held this low because the bulls know that if they lose this low right here on the daily, if they lose this low in general, it doesn't matter what time frame it is. If they lose this low, I mean, we can see a nasty drop. A nasty, nasty, nasty drop. And honestly, I think the market probably realistically rotates back and forth in this range right here. In this range between this high and that breakout high, and the market can just basically consolidate going back and forth before it decides to either break out or break to the downside. All right, so we're seeing a drop in gold. Let's see if I can try to get in long here on gold. I'm not gonna try. I will get in long. Holding fire. Oof. Yeah, I probably have to do that. Or I probably have to split this up probably. Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna play this. And then probably do a trailing stop on this. Oof. Mm. Okay. Oh shit! You know what? You know that's probably what it is too. That's a 5-minute order block on gold right there. Okay. But I mean, whatever, dude. All right. Fine, fine, fine. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. And that's the strategy, man. That's the strategy. Nah, with gold, you just gonna have to kind of. Gold is not the Nasdaq. Mm. Shit, that's like only $40 more, man. It's like $40 more for more risk. Ugh. Dang. And that was a good move. You know how that shit go, Red Kid. You know how it goes. Well, technically they just created a 1-minute order block right here. So it could be going down. You know how it goes though. That's why I'm probably going to step away from the Nasdaq. Not necessarily step away, but I might look at gold more often now. Because if the market is going to go down, we all know it's going to be bullish on the way down, and that's just unnecessarily stressful. I swear the market can just be allergic to your profit targets no matter what you put it at. No matter where you put the damn thing at. The market likes to try to be allergic to it. Like it wants to avoid it like the plague. All right. I mean, shit, we're almost there at profit. Come on. Almost there. All right, nice. All right, you got a profit target filled there. I do have a buy limit at those lows at the 50% of the initial balance. We'll see if we get like a reaction there. My God. I mean, it did bounce at that EMA. So I mean, it's not like it's randomly bouncing. It is bouncing off that EMA, but Red Kid, I know you're paying if you're short right now still. After that BS. But we do have that 1-minute order block that the market is going to probably try to tap into before heading down lower here, so we'll see. Gold is doing the same exact thing that the Nasdaq is doing right now. Struggling in the middle of the chart. The bulls are trying to buy it up as the bears are trying to absorb aggressive buyers. They're doing the exact same thing right now. They're besties as per usual. They're besties. He said that's why you logged out. Yeah, I'm glad you did that, Alfred. Man, to be completely honest with you, I would have hated to see that you waited a month just to come into the markets today and potentially lose your account, or have to go into the weekend with a massive drawdown. I'm so glad that you did that, man. Being a responsible trader. Because if you didn't catch that initial move, man. That's, yeah. Yeah, well. I need to make sure I know where it's at, though. Because we could potentially see it bounce there. Man, that's insane. That is insane. That is insane, actually. Okay, I'm not going to do that next week. I have to get over this. I have to get over this mental gymnastics that I like to perform while participating in the markets. I have to get over this mental gymnastics for sure. I have to get over this. I will get over it. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I mean, it didn't necessarily break structure to the upside either. But the market could just bounce there. Nice. Alfred already made about 3K in his Pro Plus account. Congratulations, Alfred. I mean, you're over the buffer, right? The 100K has a 3. Is it 3,500 or is it 3K? Either way, that's good, man. I would actually just stop here, man. I would stop here. But you said you've already turned everything off. Have you locked yourself out? Congratulations, bro. All right, looks like gold has treated me nice finally. Yeah, so unless y'all want to see my gold executions, I'm just gonna just trade gold for a while and trade the Nasdaq on this account right here. Gold is more predictable now. You don't get none of that BS pullbacks that you get in the Nasdaq. Well, if you need willpower, just remember what you had to go through to get this account. Remember, this is exactly what they want you to do. TPT is not your friend. You are extracting money from their business, and they're using manipulative tactics to get you to blow up your account so you can go back to bringing in money to their business instead of extracting it from their business. So don't let them win. Don't let them win. All right, so gold just hit a couple of my targets. Man, you know, honestly, it's kind of weird because I'm pretty sure that's probably why they put you in that account. Well, actually, I really don't know. If I'm TPT, I'm putting you in a development account to try to curb all those payouts that you're extracting from the business. That would be my assumption. I can only say these things allegedly or under an assumption. But it's pretty clear to see they don't care about if you're gambling and spending and continue to buy accounts with them. They only care if you're gambling and you're making money, and they'll put you in those development accounts. And let me guess, does the development accounts, they have what, capped contracts? They have a DLL or something like that that kind of prevents you from getting those big gains. I think you sent me the document. Let me see. Let me look at it. All right, so reduce contract. See, I didn't even have to read it. It just makes business sense to do this to profitable traders. It just makes business sense. Reduce contract sizing. Soft breach. Daily loss will pause you but doesn't fail. Smaller end of day drawdown. Yeah, this is just to curb you. For sure. For sure. Yeah, this is just to cap out profitable traders. Because if you get to the Pro Plus, you've already passed all of their obstacles. And this is just a final boss after the final boss. So I guess if you beat number 2, or it's kind of like Street Fighter almost, if you really think about it. Sagat was like the main boss, and then now it's M Bison is the main boss now, and this is basically M Bison and that trailing drawdown with Sagat. And this is going to discourage profitable traders because now you have a smaller end of day drawdown. That's insane. $2,200 on a 150K account. So is this going to be the is this going to be for your pros and pro plus, or will it just be for pro plus? Because if it's for pro plus, I mean, if everything is still the same in the pro accounts, then you're good. Well, do you care about going live? Because I mean, if they're not doing this in the pro account, I mean, do you really care about being a live trader? Oh, well, that's kind of silly. So as soon as you pass an eval, they're automatically going to move you to a pro plus account. That is insane. So they're going to always move you into a live account with half the drawdown. That's so I mean, that kind of solidifies my assumption. It's just to curb profitable traders. That's all this is. You say you think they finally stopped buying? Yeah, Rug Kid, I mean, they're rejecting off of that 1 minute order block or off of that bearish order block. So you may be right, but we are approaching structure. So just be prepared for a bounce. If it happens, we are approaching structure. We are approaching the halfway, the 50% of the initial balance. That's where I have my limit set at. So just be prepared for the BS. No way. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Alfred. Well, you have the Rapid account. You get more of your money. Instead of getting 80% of the money you make, you get 90%. But you also got to worry about, I don't know if they've changed their live program over at My Funded Futures, but when I was a live trader with My Funded Futures, it was a completely different team. You can no longer speak to anybody in the Discord about any of your problems. Kind of like the Pro Plus team, you have the live trader team over at My Funded Futures. They remove you from the they remove your rank from the Discord. Or I guess I should say it. This was my experience. I don't know if the experience is still the same, but they removed me from the Discord. Not necessarily banned me from the Discord, but I can no longer speak in the funded chat. I can only look at the general chat and the questions. They almost banned me. I had to write a whole freaking letter explaining what happened and why they should give me another opportunity to become a live trader with them. And if you have multiple accounts, or I had multiple accounts, it was a good thing that I took a payout from those accounts, because they closed all of my accounts. I wasn't able to take a payout. And even if I had more let's just say I had $5,000 sitting in my other accounts, and I went live and I didn't take those $5,000 payouts. They won't allow you to take those payouts. At least that was my experience. Wasn't able to take those payouts. And they only gave me $2,500 of capital to trade in the live market. Yeah. They were trying to claim that it was live money, blah, blah, blah. I was in the live markets, blah, blah, blah. So I had to explain that, you know, this was my first time being a live trader. With all the volatility with Trump, you know, a lot of my setups didn't work. Trump kept saying something about tariffs, and, you know, my position would go to shit. So they was like, okay, yeah, all right, we'll give you another opportunity. But they was about to ban me from my funded futures, from trading with them. All right, so it looks like we are getting that reaction from structure, Ruckhead. This is a 50% of the initial balance. Yeah, that is not far from the truth, Alfred. That is not far from the truth. Good thing. I mean, this was, I think, yeah, this was before ChatGPT, so I couldn't throw in a damn report, or I couldn't throw it into ChatGPT. But I write reports daily, so I understand the language that professionals are looking for. And I just leveraged what I do on a day-to-day basis using language that professionals are looking for when they read documents. And I think that was probably another reason why they gave me another chance, because it was like, oh, this guy's probably not a gambler. He probably did have a bad time. And I mean, it's not like I wasn't. I just, for whatever reason, after that first payout, I got payout fever and just had a hard time in the account. Yo, thanks, Ruckit. But I mean, all I did was just trade at the 50% of the initial balance. That's it. I mean, we was coming in the structure. I kind of figured that the market would kind of bounce here. It did. Probably like a 100K. I probably should have took that. Probably should have took that short in gold right there. I should have got in short again with gold. Because that was basically the break and retest right there. I probably could. Yeah, I'll get in right there with gold. Hold up, Alpha, you were part of the My Funded Futures live team? That's exactly what I sent. That's exactly what I sent. You're part of the team. He was one of the reasons why they convicted. They was like, now you gotta let Sherm. You gotta let Sherm in. And this was actually a very crucial part of. This was crucial because if they banned me from my funded futures at the time, they had at the time that was the only account that I would trade. It was the only account that I was getting payouts from. Those starter accounts. Those starter accounts were literally the only accounts that made sense to me at the time. There were 50Ks with $2,500 of drawdown. Great accounts, easy path to payouts. All I had to do was make $400, I think $450, and I would get a $1,200 payout every week, and I would do it again and again and again and again, and it was such a great account. I don't know why they did it. They did away with it. They got this builder account that they're trying to say that does the same thing, but I doubt it. Let me look at my funded futures again. So you got one $1,200 payout from a starter account. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Those starter accounts, I got a payout from all three. I had a 50K, 100K, 150K. They were all used for different things. Honestly, they were just, the bigger the account, it was obvious I just used more size. I think I was trading gold and a little bit of Nasdaq. I think at that time, I kind of did away with Nasdaq. Actually, no, that's not true. I was still trading Nasdaq. Yeah, I was still trading Nasdaq at that time. But I think I was starting to trade gold a lot more. But all my payouts from those accounts was in Nasdaq though. Yo, Tradeify must be paying a lot of money because for whatever reason, no matter what firm I put in, Tradeify is always the first option in Google. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's because I'm trading with Tradeify. And it must be me, but it's always the first option every time I look up. Yeah, so that's interesting. So I typed in my funded futures. The first option is Tradeify. The second option is Funded Futures Network. And My Funded Futures is the third option. If I was a part of the My Funded Futures team, that would be a problem. You have two of your competitors literally above you when they're specifically searching for your firm, specifically. But let me look at their accounts. Nah, I mean she's making me money. Shit, the Nasdaq is making me super money right now. Damn, I'm up over 100 points. Crazy. And all I did was trade the 50. I might look into this, man. I might look into like having an account that just trades the 50% of the initial balance every day, and whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna back test this over the weekend. All right, so the builder account is $63 a month. Has an 80-20 profit split, a 50% consistency rule. He said, so with the max drawdown, you can get either 1,500 or 2K. Why are they doing that? Ugh. So if you choose the $1,500 option versus the $2,000 option, what's the benefit? Why would you choose the? I'm pretty sure it's probably like the price or something. Oh, so okay, so if you choose the $1,500 buffer, you can get to the you can get to payouts faster because you have a $1,600 buffer versus the $2,100 buffer. So you just have to make 1,600, and then anything above 1,600 you can take as a payout. I guess. I guess. But Rudkit, man, you all right, man? You all right, Rudkit? I think we're gonna probably break above that 1 minute order block. Order block though. Hold on, give me a second. Well, you say you're still short from 550? Man, oh damn, dude, it came all the way back. Oh shit, Rudkit. Hold on, why you went? Well, well, your only hope right now is that this is a double top. But you already know, Rudkit. You already know. Now you do have some saving grace here. I know that you trade on the higher time frames, but the 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour are still bearish. You're still showing bearishness. You say he was looking for a retrace back to at least 300. It retraced back to 300. All right. Yeah. Shit. Hold on. You're talking about 29,300. Oh, well, no, you couldn't. No. Oh, you're talking about going down. Okay. So you're looking for it to come all the way back down here. Well, I mean, Rudkit, it does look like it wants to go for that liquidity, the initial balance high. Actually, Rudkit, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, this is a range. We're trading in a range. The bears failed to take it below the 50% of the range. So now the market is going to target at least that high. Going to target at least that high. So just be mindful of that, man. Should be up $2,500, dude. That is insane, man. Insane. He risked $200 to make $2,600. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for me this week. I definitely was not a great fighter this week. I think I gave into every emotion this week, and I lost a lot of money this week because of it. I didn't lose any accounts. I didn't lose any long standing accounts, but I did set some back. So and next week I will come back more focused, uh, paying more attention to the structure, trading what I see and not what I feel and think. This week, hopefully I don't have another week like this in a very long time, preferably not at all. So, but with that said, I do appreciate everybody that joined me this week. We will definitely come back Sunday night, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on jabbing.